What's going on, you boogers and boogerettes? Boogers in the dungeon again tonight. Got another package. Yet another package. Gotta stop buying these things. This is another CPU cooler that I'm gonna be testing out. Came in a damn big box. Got some foam sticks, some pillows, and some, oh, that's the same foam stick. What we got here is the Zalman Cnps17X. It's got high performance. It's a high performance CPU cooler with 4D patented corrugated fin designs. I'm not concerned about the sound or the noise. All I worry about is the cooling factor. If you don't, I shouldn't be that loud. We're gonna open her up and see what we got here. I had a picture. I'll have a screenshot of the whatchamajiggies on the thing page somewhere over here, maybe, or up there. I'll put this up. The specifications. It's pure copper and pure aluminum. How many TDPs is it? See, it don't even mention that on this one. Oh, it's good for 100,000 hours. Huh, for the fan. But anyways, I'll put the thing up. You can look at it if you want. But this is a big one. I think this is a one. I don't know how big the fan is. It's a big fan. Maybe it's their own patented design size. Some foam, some cardboard. Ooh, some fancy printing on the top cardboard. Some of that silica gel. It says do not eat, but I try to eat it sometimes. Directions. If you even look at them. This goes there, that goes here. Use these 2 nuts. Yada yada. They even got detailed images. I wonder if it comes with thermal compound. And memos. You can write memos in the back. Well, we got lots of boxes here. What the heck's going on? What's with all the boxes? Holy Chrysler, is that thing heavy. That thing's heavy. The components, so we got, that's all we got in the box. Besides foam. A lot of crap in here. You got a box of components, the fan. Reading the manual carefully, we recommend that you install the components following the instructions of the manual. I ain't gonna do that. Here's the cooler itself. I'm not seeing. I don't know how that'll work, but. See how that'll work. Usually they have the tubes exposed and it goes right onto the tubes. This one's got a different, just the plate there, aluminum plate, and the tubes go through it. That should be interesting. That thing sucker's heavy though. I don't know how big that is. Let me get my ruler out. I don't do metric. 5.5 inches. That's about, well, 6.5 inches. 5.5 to 6.5. So that's the cooler part itself. And of course, you always want to remove this before you install it. I wonder what it'd be like if you left it on. Maybe I should do that one this time. Here's the fan with the patented design, fin design. Nice, neat packaging. They went all out on packaging and printing. Oopsie daisies. Oh boy, this looks like a cluster. This is their patented design. It's like an X, the X factor. And they got their funky, dunky fans. And then it's got the RGBs too. It's got RGBs. That's for more FPSs. Should be interesting trying to install this. Okay. What the heck's with these things? I don't know, we'll figure that out later. Fancy dancy brackets that I don't know what they're for. A lot more hardware in here. A lot of flipping hardware. Wow. Ooh, they give you their own special superconducting thermal compound in the package here. The ZMSTC8. Top of the line filler packing density for greater thermal conductivity. It says it's rated for 8.3 watts per meter Kelvin, I think that is. 1.5 grams. And then a lot of brackets for all the bracketry you need. I guess you'll have to read the instructions to find out which ones are which, because they aren't marked on them at all. At least these ones. Lots of thumb screws, insulators, some kind of standoffs, stringy screws, more thumb screws, some more screws. This must be the RGB lights. Adapter, 3-pin. What did you just say? Roddy Rich. You can't be saying that on here. You can't say the N-word. Is this supposed to be duty-free stuff? I'll find out when they copyright it. Sorry about the interruptions here. I thought it was supposed to be no lyrics. We got some sticky, stuffy, sticky things. Must be for this, the Intel bracket. But I don't know. We'll see what this one is. I'm gonna do this in. I'm gonna put this one in Wayland. Oh, Wayland. I got a big. That's got a nice big case. It's I forget what's in there. 4th gen Intel i7. and motherboard. I don't know, I forget what the motherboard is, but I think I'll do some testing with this. This is a lot bigger than, that sucker's a lot bigger than that other one, the PX4. I'll do this quick here. I had to get rid of that music. That was nasty music. Probably get slandered for copyright on that one. I thought I was in copyright free stuff. But here's the DARKROCK 4 heat piper, and this is the Zalman. Why they gotta give it so many letters, numbers? The Cnps17X with the 5 heat pipes, and I got a 140 millimeter fan, and then this one's got a 120 millimeter for size comparisons. And it ain't gonna fit no Dell Optiplex case, I'll tell you that. So I'm gonna have to put her in Wayland with the biggest case I got besides the Alienware. It should fit in that one, but we're gonna put her in there and see how it cools around her. I'm gonna do a baseline with the stock Intel copper core cooler, and then the PX4, and then the Zalman. We'll work our way up. I did an unboxing of this one and a standalone test comparison to the stock in Dell cooler, but that was better than the stock Dell cooler. But yeah, I'll have to put her in her land and make a mess. Well, I changed my mind here. I was going to go with the stock. I was going to do a baseline with the stock Intel cooler here with the copper core. I don't even know if this is the part number or what they call it. That's it. Copper core Intel on the. I know this was cooking CPU. And I already have this VETROO. I believe it's a Shadow Low Profile CPU cooler in, which outperformed this. We'll do a baseline with this. I'll do the PX4 and then move up to the Cnps17X, and then maybe I'll take it up a notch. I got a 6 pipe in my. I don't want to pull that out of there. We'll just compare these. You know a 6 pipe's gonna beat this. I don't know. It's got more surface area. Maybe it'd be interesting to see, but I don't know if I want to mess around that much. But yeah, we'll start this Intel one. They can throw these in the garbage. Even with the copper core, and it's so thin here. I don't know if he bought that. It came with the CPU or what, but it never should have because it ran hot. So we're gonna baseline with the VETROO, the test rig, EVGA750 Supernova. This is just the old computer I picked up. I'm gonna be running my 5600 XT that I picked up for $40 off Marketplace. i7 4790 on ASRock H97 Pro 4, and I've got 16 gigs of DDR tree in here. Nothing new and fancy, but that's what we're gonna do. Change my mind here. Happens. Off to tester land. So on to the testing here. I did a 20 loop stress test in 3D Mark on Firestrike to kind of saturate the cases with some heat, followed by a CPU benchmark, and then I ran the Furmark for 10 minutes and then just recorded it last minute. As expected, the VETROO Shadow was the worst performer of the group. 78C. The 17X and the PX4 were pretty darn close. The PX4 is a 4-pipe. The 17X is a 5-pipe. 1 or 2 C difference on this. It really is pretty close for how much bigger the 17X is. One thing I did not like about the Zalman here is the fan is so big. It won't clear the RAM at all. So it's kind of, even the fan's got to stick out. At least in my case. It depends on your RAM, of course, but I could possibly put the fan on the other side, but still, it's a big 140mm fan is, and then it sticks out that far to begin with. That's kind of the only downfall I didn't like. I also didn't like the mounting brackets. They're kind of too many thumb screws. But yeah, it's about the only gripe I had with it, and for how big it is, I felt it should have been cooling better. One thing I did like is their clips for their fan are kind of neat. They just flip in and out here. I mean, the fan comes off easy. You just flip that, and well, this one's a little, you would have a hard time getting to that one on top if you needed to get your finger in there to get it out. Kind of like that. It's better than the springy ones, but still not great. And another thing is, you don't have, with the fan on, you don't have access to the mounting screw there. This one here. Those are the 2 mounting screws after you put the brackets on. The fan's kind of big here. Here's the clips. Kind of hard to see here, but they kind of clip on and flip. It's this little, they got little tabs on here, so if you break them little tabs, you're pretty much screwed too. So that's kind of chintzy. I don't. The only thing I didn't try out was RGB. My motherboard doesn't have any connections for it, and I was just concerned for the cooling factor right now. So final thoughts on the Zalman Cnps17X. For $20, I guess it ain't a bad cooler. I mean, the PX4 is normally, I think, $20, but I got it on $3 off on Newegg ship. So, I mean, basically, these are both were $20 CPU coolers. This one lists at $49.99 on their website, though, and I don't know what this one lists at on. I didn't look at the website, but it's $17 on Newegg, and even Newegg had it for $49.99 and then was 58% discount or something. So I don't know. For final thoughts, it's big. It's bigger than you're gonna fit in most cases nowadays that are a little bit more compact. I mean, this one barely fit in my Dell Optiplex. I know this one won't. There's no way it would fit in my Optiplex. It's big, chunky, doesn't clear the RAM with the fan. And even then, with I'm looking here at the fan, you got mounting screws here. You ain't gonna be you're not even gonna be able to get the fan down that low, because you're gonna have to keep it up from the mounting screw that's in there. So the fan's still gonna stick up, you know, another whatever the thumb screw height is. I mean, it ain't a bad CPU cooler. It didn't really outperform the PX4 by any So yeah, if you want some RGB and you got room in your case, or in a funky looking fan and don't mind clearing your RAM, I would say go with the 17X, we'll call it for short, from Zalman. But I guess that's all I got for my review on it.